Today marks 1 year since President Trump was sworn into office for a second time. 1 year ago today, actually. So how's it going? A new CBS News poll finds that 41% of Americans approve of the job he's doing so far. 59% disapprove. Our chief Washington analyst, that's Robert Costa, joins us to sort this all out for us. Bob, always good to have you here at the table. Listen, you've interviewed him, President Trump. You've talked on the phone with him many times for at least the past 15 years. So the question to you, as someone who's had a front row seat to how Donald Trump operates, how do you think he's changed, if at all, especially in how he sees the job on Trump's second term?
It's great to be with you, Gayle. President Trump is someone who still has grievances about how the rest of the world sees him and the United States. And unlike so many ambassadors here in Washington who say that their leaders are following a certain unwritten playbook about how to govern in world affairs, President Trump's following his own intuition. And this is rattling world leaders. But he really believes, after winning a second term, when he's talked to people close to him, that he can now take dramatic steps in expanding the U.S. footprint abroad, whether it's in Venezuela or in Greenland in some capacity, and he does not care about how he is perceived. He's playing for history, and he's playing for keeps in the eyes of those who know him.
So, Bob, CBS News polling shows that many of the president's policies, including his use of ICE, his ideas for Greenland, are incredibly unpopular. What are you hearing from Republicans as we get ready to head into the midterms?
They are not fighting him in any real way at this point. They know President Trump navigates a lot of these questions on his own, will sometimes take a very, in the view of many, extreme position, only to negotiate to something that's a little bit more toward the center of whichever issue is on the table. They're also unnerved about a lot of the ways President Trump is really getting people in the NATO coalition to be concerned about the future of that group. At the same time, they just don't want to fight him. He still has so much political capital in the Republican Party, and they don't believe they have the ability to counter him in any significant way, and that has left Congress in a diminished way as they look at foreign policy.
Bob, do they agree with him, though? You said they don't want to fight him, but do they agree with him?
They accept him. They grew up in the Republican Party, espousing the kind of worldview led by Ronald Reagan in the 1980s, George W. Bush in the early 2000s. But now they truly have accepted, after a decade of him being in power in the Republican Party, that this is the way it's going to be. And they may not like nationalism. They may not like having this muscular foreign policy. But that's the way it's going to be if they want to stay in power.
All right. Bob Costa reporting for us in Washington today. Bob, thank you very much.
Thank you.